The owners and the board felt that he could make a difference to this group, and unfortunately at the moment it's not, and it's going to be a long end of the season for Tottenham if they don't pick up some results, because they're in the mix, and they have to pick up and they have to win quickly.
Very quickly. Atletico Madrid away, and then at home, of course, a week later, but a trip to Anfield sandwich in the middle. Mickey, do you think he can survive those 3 games?
Well, Hugh, look, I'm just having a look at the games, and I've watched Tottenham in the games that he's been in charge. He's conceded 9 goals. He came in to shore them up, and their better players get sent off, as we saw obviously against Crystal Palace last time out. I think the next 2 games is a bit of a respite for the Spurs players, because they're playing away from home. I think the problem is that for some reason they just can't play at that stadium at the moment. They're feeling the pressure a little bit too much. I've been in sides before that have not won for many games, and you do feel that pressure in front of your home supporters, and it is a bit of like relief when you play away from home. But we're talking about Champions League football here. You know, he's got to try and turn it around and find a winning formula against a really solid and organised Atletico Madrid side, and then he's got to play against the Liverpool side, who are kind of resurged, if you like, and want to start winning football matches. So I think the pressure's going to be there. I think it is going to mount over the next couple of games. I don't see their fortunes changing in the next 2 or 3 games. Whoever brought the guy in, look, they've obviously done their due diligence and worked on the guy and thought he was the right man to keep Tottenham in the Premier League next season, but from what I've seen so far, they've got worse, not better.
Very quickly, Mickey, what did you see last night? I know you mentioned the home record, but in terms of how they actually played, even before the red card, what did you make of Tottenham's performance?
Well, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anybody who's taking the game by the scruff of the neck. We know these players have got very good ability, but Charlie will tell you, if you're playing in front of 50,000, 60,000 fans every other week and you make a mistake, the next time that ball comes anywhere near you, you're hiding behind somebody. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing players hiding behind whoever they're playing against. And you cannot do that when you're fighting for your lives. And I don't see enough soldiers out there, if you like, who you would take to the trenches. Great ability, individual talented players. But when you're down in the trenches, you need players who are going to work hard. And when you're relying on people like Archie Gray, 18, 19 years old, it's not going to get you very far. And he's been one of their better players. You know, I feel sorry for him at times. But my goodness, they are in deep trouble.
Mickey Gray, we're going to leave you at Deepdale. Head over to TalkSport 2 if you want to hear Preston North End against Oxford United with Cameron Pope and Mickey over on TalkSport 2. Download the TalkSport app. You can ask your smart speaker for TalkSport 2 as well, and it's there on your DAB radio. Charlie Adam and Jim Proudfoot still alongside me. It's getting to a critical moment, which is why I asked the question about the manager, because even though he's been there for 3 games, if they get knocked out in the next round of the Champions League, it's 11 games left all season for Tottenham Hotspur. It's not a lot of time for a coach to get his message across, and as Mickey pointed to a few moments ago, you know, if you can't play in front of your home fans, last night was a sad sight at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in terms of how the fans were reacting to how their team was playing. They expect so much more from their team, and then you add in what Mickey said about the desire, the drive, the heart of those Tottenham players. You're not seeing that either at the moment. So how does this manager change those 2 things around?
Well, you have to start keeping clean sheets, and that's the thing, is like Mickey said, 9 goals in 3 games, that's not what you want to do. If you're coming into a club, the first thing you think about is foundation. How do you keep clean sheets? How do you get them solid? How do you get them organised? And that's where the experiences of the manager have come in, that he needs to get that. And he might have to come away from thinking that we're going to play nice, pretty football. We have to be solid, maybe 5-4-1 out of possession, and just counter-attack to get the clean sheets, to build that confidence. But individuals within that at the moment are making silly errors, getting sent off, decision-making, and that doesn't feel like you can get anything out the games from it. And when there's a fragility within the team, at any moment they feel like there's a goal coming, and like Mickey says, the longer it goes and the punters start to turn on you quickly, that's when you need to see the real character. That's when you need to see a senior player stepping up. Not Archie Gray at 18, 19 years of age, Porro, Van de Ven, centre-back Danzo, they're the ones, Vicario, they need to take responsibility. Dominic Solanke, they have to take responsibility.
The players clearly don't think an awful lot of him. and I think that is a major problem. They also look scared, I would say, in circumstances out on the pitch, and you could say that they shouldn't, and yeah, I get all of that, but I think that when you look at the way Spurs play, I think that they are worried about making mistakes. They've won 4 of their last 28 home league games. I'll say that again. 4 of the last 28 home league games. They've lost 3 in a row. And when it's the home support that are bearing the brunt of the poor results, that are watching a run like that, 6/7 of the games that they've watched since the start of last season, they haven't won. That's bound to affect the supporters, and it then becomes cyclical, and you go into this kind of spiral that you can't get out of. I think it's going to be very difficult for them, because when you have a look at the games that are coming up, the home games that they've got left are all, or a lot of them, are against sides in the bottom half of the table, and then those are the matches they're expected to win. The pressure is on, and again, it becomes self-perpetuating.
Only 4 home league games left for Tottenham Hotspur. Huge one, 22nd of March against Nottingham Forest. But Brighton, Leeds United and Everton are the only home games left for Tottenham Hotspur. Maybe they'll be happier to be playing more games on the road, but it's only just, obviously, given the number of games they have left. Listen, there's a bit of breaking news to bring you concerning the Cheltenham Festival, and it's bad news for racing fans. Another superstar withdrawing from the festival. Galopin Deschamps will not run in next Friday's Cheltenham Gold Cup after suffering a setback. He was the winner of the 2023 and 2024 Gold Cup and finished 2nd last year as well. So sad news. Don't forget the Cheltenham Festival, though, will be live across the TalkSport network starting on Tuesday next week. And of course, as I mentioned, we're bringing you every single FA Cup 5th round tie in this round. Tomorrow, our exclusive commentary here on TalkSport. Lunchtime kickoff, 12:15 start for League One Mansfield against the Premier League leaders Arsenal. Charlie, strange couple of weeks with this discourse around Arsenal. Clearly, they're not peak Barcelona, we know that. But